Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm super excited to share my new K-pop journal with you. So last year I didn't get to film my setup of my K-pop journal because I tried to film it and then after I was done I realized it didn't film. So I'm excited to actually share a setup video with you this year. So this journal is actually the Artist Loft brand dot journal from Michael's Craft Store. The paper is pretty thin, like it definitely will bleed through with markers, but because I paste so much into it, it's nicer to have thinner pages. It has that like list at the beginning where I could do an index if I want to, which I did end up doing in my last journal. So yeah, I use these for all of my K-pop journals so far. I've even used them for my regular bullet journals for a while, so I like this brand a lot. So basically, the first thing I'm going to do to set up my journal is make a welcome page. That's really the only thing that I do to set up my journal before I get started. I've been super into this collage kind of aesthetic with these like vintage looking aesthetic-y things. I don't know what else to call it. And I usually just pick like a cool picture of an idol that I like. So this year I picked these pictures of Xion, which she posted recently. She's from Dreamcatcher, for those of you who don't know. And then I literally just Googled like printables, like vintage or minimalistic printables, and I printed everything off. I did rip a page out of a book. If you've been watching my videos for a while, you know that I rip pages out of Dear John with the movie cover, and I use it in my journal, so that's what that's from. And then the other thing is just like craft paper. And then I just kind of make a collage with these pictures and these printouts. You can also just buy like journal things like this. I've actually recently bought some since. But before that, I would literally just Google like minimalistic plant or minimalistic printable vintage ticket or something like that, and I would just find things to print off, to cut out and put into my sort of collage. And also I don't need a lot of space to write in this initial welcome page because I usually just kind of write like, welcome to my bullet or my K-pop journal, this is what I'm going to be doing, I'm excited to get started, and like that's essentially what my welcome page is. You could definitely do like a 2-page spread if you had a lot to say or you wanted to do like an elaborate sort of setup, but I usually just go with 1 page, and it's always the first page in my journal just in case anyone's ever looking at it. I don't really share my journal with too many people, but in case anybody else wants to read it or one day I'm looking back on it, it's just kind of nice to have this sort of like, welcome to my journal, this is what it's gonna be kind of deal, I guess. Also, I'm using a new glue pen for little teeny pieces of like things that I'm sticking down, and it's working pretty well so far. I saw Amanda Rach Lee have one once and I was like, I need one of those, so I finally got one. But yeah, so this is basically all I do to set up my journal. Oh, and I also forgot to mention, for the cover, I literally just picked a plain purple bullet journal, and then I used my Cricut to make a decal sticker that just says Brahe, which is I purple you. If you're an army, you get it. And I just wanted to have that on the cover this time. Last time I like decorated it and put little stickers and everything on it, which is cute, but I just wanted something a little more simple, a little classier this year, if that makes sense. So I just made that decal myself. I'm not currently selling them, but I do sell other K-pop decals on my Etsy shop. There is a link in the description if you would want to buy one of those. They're typically for light sticks, but you could definitely use them to decorate the cover of your journal. So now that I finished kind of the collage portion, I'm just going to do this little lettering that says welcome, and then I'm just going to write a little welcome message, and that's essentially all I do for my welcome page. and one other thing that I think I forgot to do on camera, but I ended up going back and adding later, is I like to write when this journal was established, if that makes sense. So when I started this journal, so I started it in November of 2020, so I will write like established November 2020. I realize it's December now, but I actually filmed this a couple weeks ago. So yeah, I think that's nice to like be able to look back and be like, oh, so this is when I started this journal. But yeah, this is my welcome page, and this is really all that I do to get started on my journal, other than doing something maybe cute on the front, and then I do this little welcome page, and the next page will be my first spread of this journal, which I will be sharing with you guys soon. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!